Hi Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing great today. I'm going to be doing a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March 1st to March 8th, 2020. Guys, remember, these are general messages. Please take what resonates, throw out the rest. The energy can always be flip-flopped, and I always recommend, if you have time, to check your rising sign, your moon sign, and your Venus for the most complete messages. Hope you guys are doing great today. So we do have Venus in Aries squaring Saturn in Capricorn on March 3rd. All right, so this is going to be impacting your fourth and first houses, fourth house and first house. So some challenges at home, for sure, with that fourth house energy and with your sense of self, like in your physical body. Like, this is not a good time, Capricorn, for any procedures or anything like that. You know, just because Mercury is still retrograde. Go shopping, fill up the basket online, but then revisit it in a couple of weeks, you know. Also, just struggling to get a grip on what it is that you want may be very active in this energy. All right, but don't worry, it's fast moving. Okay, that's on March 3rd. So March 3rd can be a little bit of like a snafu-y day. Then we have March 4th. I like that a little better. Mercury retrograde enters Aquarius, and that's going to hit your second house. Mercury's finally going direct, by the way, on March 9th, but then we have to wait for that 2-week post period to leave shadow. But anyway, on the 4th, Mercury's retrograding into Aquarius, and I like that because it's about, boom, let's do something different, right? And it has to do with your second house. So when Mercury's in Aquarius, and you know, all of us really are very hungry for knowledge with this energy. We're all open to new and very original ideas. So you might be looking to do things differently in your area of money. So let's do that second house of money, and how you make your money day to day. Ideas can hit you from out of the blue, and your communication and thought patterns are going to seem spontaneous, even a little like fragmented and a little more liberal than would normally be your thought process. But don't be surprised if you find yourself questioning your material possessions at this time and what really matters to you in this area, you know, during this transit. So let's pull your Celtic cross spread. We're going to end with a love read like I normally do. And let's see what we have going on here. But I do want to mention also on the 4th, really, really nice for you guys, we have Venus entering Taurus in your 5th house of fun. Yay! I mean, Capricorn, that's really good. You know, Venus in Taurus, this is going to be hanging from March 4th to April 3rd, by the way. But in Taurus, Venus is very sensual naturally, right? But there's also this idea of possessiveness that you just want to keep, you know, an eye on. But in this energy, you're going to be seeking security and a value that lasts. Your desire for pleasure is going to be very, very strong, because Taurus values the here and now, as well as everything having to do with those 5 senses, right? Because that's Venusian. Good food, beautiful artwork, great music, anything, you know, silky sheets, anything that's like delicious and beautiful and really appealing to the senses is going to be very heightened right now. So I do like this, but this is going to be positively impacting your house of fun, which would be your hobbies, your relationship, you know, to any of the kids in your life, but as well as how you connect with a partner or love interest, because sensuality hangs out here to begin with. So you may find yourself very connected in your intimate life, very connected in that way of sharing sensuality and your sexuality. So really nice stuff. It's a nice house to have this impacting you in. And I could see we have the 2 of Cups as the outcome. So go Capricorn, go. All right, but coming into this energy, yeah. All right, so the 10 of Pentacles reverse. I mean, this reflects, you know, the energy of the 3rd to me, right? This Venus in Aries squaring Saturn in Capricorn. Like, you're just not feeling as connected as you want to feel. You're not feeling that if this has to do with a job, you're not feeling like you're making the money that you want to make. Or if the money's good, you're not feeling as connected as you'd like to feel. If this has to do with relationship, you guys struggling with money, financial issues, you know, within your connection, or it could simply mean like you guys are just not connecting. You're just not connected, and you're feeling it very, very strongly, right? So this is your past. This is the past energy that you're coming into this energy with. Now, what I'm getting here is the situation for this week is the 4 of Swords energy, and the 4 of Swords is about moving on. It's about, looking at what you've been through and taking those lessons and figuring out what your next steps are and really getting in touch with that and where you're going. But there is a forward movement here. It's moving on. Moving on. And we have the Five of Swords. I've been liking this card more and more. This is a Venus and Aquarius card. And look, yeah, is 5 conflict? Yes, it is. Swords are truth, swords are words, all of that. Okay. But it's a Venus and Aquarius. So Venus is about what you really want. Like, what truth are we talking about here? We're talking about the planet of love, right? What do you really want in your relationship? It's also about our connection to money. Are you getting what you need and really want in your job? It also has to do with our sense of self-worth and self-value. Are you feeling good about yourself in this connection, in this job, in this relationship? Really getting front and center with it. And if you're not, having that argument towards healing, if it could be had. But this is about you standing up for yourself and you establishing, like, this is my truth. My truth is that these things are important to me. And you may be dealing with an energy, though, where they might not be on the same page as you. They really may not be. This is the situation. This is not specifically you. It's a dynamic that you're dealing with in your life at this point. So it's this recognition that, the past needs to be left behind. You need to move forward. You need to heal. And part of that healing process is understanding what it is exactly that you need. Because, so that's Venus, right? But it's Venus in Aquarius. So Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is all about how can things look differently and be done differently to create a different outcome. So if we're going to work on healing this relationship, or if we're going to work on healing this business partnership, or if we're all going to be happy working together in this space, what do we need to do differently to actually make everyone feel happy and respected and connected and like everybody's needs are getting met? What's fair? And that conversation really does need to happen. Now we have the Three of Pentacles as the crowning energy. So this is, I call this the Architect card, right? This is a Mars and Capricorn energy. Mars is, rules Aries, and Aries is the baby of the zodiac. So there's this fresh perspective, this fighter, fiery perspective, hanging out with Saturn, ready to put in the hard work. Like, you're ready, Capricorn. You are so ready to put in the hard work to do whatever is necessary to either advance your career, have a healthy relationship, have a healthy connection with your friends, fix that family relationship, whatever it is. You're ready to put in the hard work and build. You're just ready for the newness of it, right? Because while Mars is that fighter planet, it does rule Aries, right? And again, Aries is the baby. It's this new perspective. Like, let's go. This has to be done new. And then we have the Hierophant reverse as the foundation. So when we have this energy reverse, this indicates that there is a revisiting to the way you look at life, your moral code, your moral compass, what you think relationships are supposed to look like, what success actually even means to you, where it is that you want to go in your life, and you're reevaluating everything that you have believed up to this point. In a totally healthy way, though. This is a really good energy. It's about, a lot of times also it's about recognizing the lack of alignment, maybe. I don't know how I want to say it, but, where we have certain societal norms of how a relationship is supposed to look like, what a marriage is supposed to be like, or what does success look like, and all of those things within our given culture, right? And, very definitively, like what we're supposed to be doing in order to be considered successful in these areas. But you being like, what, but that doesn't make me happy. I think I want something different for myself. I might want to do things differently, right? Very, very healthy to me, because it's questioning. It's a questioning energy, which is nice. Yeah, because you're recognizing that something is okay. Something could be done. Now this represents you. So there is an ending of something here, and it's with a lot of emotion. Now, this can be the end of a relationship. This can be the end of a job. But it can also simply be, not that this is so simply, but your own thought process crumbling down because it's outdated and it's no longer serving you. And I feel like that's going to resonate for many of you, only because we do have the Hierophant reverse, which really is, as you're revisiting the way you have been approaching life up to this point in your life has been one way, and you are ready to turn the corner and approach it a different way. And a lot of Capricorns are going through that because we are approaching the end. It's hallelujah, it's coming, Capricorn, right? This summer, this crazy eclipse season that you have been going through is finally going to be transitioning into Sagittarius and Gemini, and like good riddance. But now it's time for you to really embrace this next chapter of your life. Many of you have begun it already. Obviously, it depends on what else you have in your chart. I mean, Capricorn's only one room in your house of being, right? But many of you are going to be entering this next chapter in the summer. So what's required when you enter a new chapter is a new way of thinking, right? New perspective. So again, for some of you, this can be literally a 3D falling apart of something, such as a relationship, a job, a friendship, some sort of family connection where you're realizing you need to love that family member from a distance because they're just not good for you. Because whatever is falling apart here is not meant to be on your path. And that's a harsh reality for many of us to digest, right? For sure. Particularly when it was something that we very much depended on in our life. It's a painful energy, but it's a necessary one. And it ends up bringing you to a space of greater integrity and really a path that you're actually meant to be on, because this thing was not meant to be in your path. So if you're updating your moral code and your moral compass and how you view life and how you view relationships and how you do relationships, because a lot of you might be like, you know what? I've been a little too giving in relationships up till now, and look where it's gotten me. Not that you're looking to become suddenly like stingy or not sharing or shut down or anything like that, but you're being more mindful of the flags, the red flags to look out for, and you're really redeveloping a new sense of self when it comes to how you approach connection, relationships, even career, right? Where you guys are so smart to begin with. It's got nothing to do with that, but just your simple approaches, right? If it's not resonating with you as a loss of a job or the loss of a relationship. Yeah, so then we have the Three of Swords in the reverse, way more positive in the reverse. So this is an external energy to you. So there's this truth that's hitting you. Now, this truth can be some sort of third-party situation that ended up ending the relationship, for sure. This could be somebody being grossly irresponsible with money, somebody being just, whatever it is, you felt betrayed. Whatever this truth that's coming out, it made you feel very betrayed. Now, this could also just be you facing the reality of why your life has not gone a certain way when you really set forth on your path with such positive intentions so long ago. And how did you end up where you are now in the space of just it not being what you thought it would be? And you recognizing that truth coming out. There is a truth coming out that ends up leading to healing, which is why this is a very positive energy, in that in the upright there's no healing, but in the reverse there's healing here because there's some sort of truth coming out and being realized, right? Which ends up being a good thing. Now, at the same time, what do we have in your fierce position but the Page of Swords, which is all about a new cycle of truth, and you're afraid of this. And that I'm not surprised at all, because if you're redefining what it is that you want for your life and you're changing your perspectives and your value system and what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept anymore, it's easy to do that part. To say that made me feel uncomfortable, that made me feel good, but it's really hard to embrace it as like a new doctrine in your life, right? It really is. Now, this, for many of you, this could also be this truth that's coming out, right? where something fell apart and now there's conversation to work towards some sort of healing, not necessarily to rebuild something, but maybe in an attempt to just create healing so that everybody can move on, and you really not wanting to look at the truth of a situation. And I don't blame you for that. That's not comfortable ever. You know, if it has to do with the truth that ended up creating pain in your life. But it's a mental energy. It's, you know, it's very in your emotions, in your mind. But the outcome here is the Two of Cups energy. So, you know, I love this. This is Venus in Cancer. So this is very much about you ending up in a space where you're dealing with somebody in a situation that has a shared goal to you, where you both have the same outlook, you have the same desire to work something out. So this could certainly have to do with a job, but can absolutely have to do with a relationship, where you guys are agreeing, you're having this meeting of the minds, and you're saying, you know, let's do this. This is a newer energy I am getting, Capricorn. I'm not getting that this is any sort of old cycle. So for many of you, and I always say with the Tower, if it's resonating as a relationship, anything can be rebuilt in life. This is tarot after all, okay? I mean, it's energy. These just let us know energetically what is possible, what will be going on. But I always say, even with the Tower, something that falls apart, anything can be rebuilt if everybody is of like minds and really has the same intention to rebuild it in a healthier way. You know, absolutely. So this could indicate a fresh cycle. But for others of you, you're letting something go and you're meeting somebody new. I'm getting that that's going to be the situation for many of you, because then we have the Knight of Swords in the near future, and this is all about real, beautiful honesty. You know, this is honesty, and this is honesty through communication, you know. So it's beautiful. It's a Taurus and Gemini energy, right? So think about that. Taurus is ruled by Venus, all about love, luck, expansion, having to do with money, sense of self-worth. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, all about communication. When Gemini is also the lover's energy as well, okay? So there is this idea of this newness coming in where you're going to end up in a new cycle within your job. You may end up in a new job altogether that's offered to you on some sort of new path. I do get a lot of you are going to be on this new path in your career, and it's going to resonate with you so much more beautifully than where you are right now or where you've been. You know, many of you may be in this transitional stage. Others of you, if it has to do with relationship, I do get that there is a new person coming in. Capricorns who are resonating with this, are they going to be meeting somebody new? Please, yes, no, I'm not honoring reversals. Thank you. Thank you. Justice, beautiful. I like this. Not only is this a hell yes card, but it's you being in a space where not only is there going to be fairness, but justice is a Libra energy. Libra is all about relationships. Libra is ruled by Venus. So I really like this for you, Capricorn. I definitely get this. There's an ending of something, and then there's a newness coming in. So for some of you, this could actually be a relationship ending. For others of you, you could be out of the relationship, but recognizing a relationship. You might even be alone right now, but realizing you need to really revisit the way you see life and the way you see relationships and your role in it. Many of you are going to be resonating with it in that way. Others of you, you're ready to get out of that career. You're ready to step off the track of what you've been on to make money, and you're ready to open yourself up to a whole new opportunity that's just going to resonate with you in a much stronger way. So I really love the outcome of this. A little less so entering into this week, but give the energy a chance to roll out, because it does seem like it gets really quite positive as we go along. And I'm just not surprised, because we do have that beautiful energy hanging out in your 5th house. So now I'm going to do a love reading. This doesn't have to have anything to do with the Celtic cross spread I just pulled. It could, but it doesn't have to. Remember how these general messages work. One more. So I'm going to do 3 rows across, 4 down. No reversals with this. No reversals with the oracles. Okay, and each card is going to clarify the one before it. I'm going to pull everything and then we're going to talk and pull everything together. Okay. Twin flames. Secret admirer. Secret admirer. Someone has feelings for you, Capricorn. Has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's get everything before we... So we really need all the energy on the table to make the connection. Seduction. Talking. Not enough. Pull the Tarot de Louis for clarification. Let's do a quick shuffle. Guys, you know, I just shuffled before. Everything gets 6 shuffles before I even turn the camera on, but to do a little bit more. Justice. Page of Swords. Magician is the outcome. Nice. Okay. All right, so we start off with you deserve love, Capricorn. You are lovable. And you know what? We know that. Do we not? We all know that. But sometimes when we're going through something, it's a little hard to tap into that truth. Clarifying that, we have twin flames though. Ooh, your passion ignites. So there's love here, and then we have seduction clarifies the twin flames, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up. We have temptation, third-party interference, but understand how these energies work, guys. I mean, they give all of these. It's not going to resonate. Let's see what we have after it. Okay, so we have after that, we have justice. So I am getting that there is just a lot of very steamy flirting here. Dating, yeah. There is definitely this very magnetic attraction. For sure. Again, we have the Justice. Justice is a Libra energy, which is all about relationships ruled by Venus. So, but I like this connection for you because you're going to feel like this connection is very like-minded to you. There's a sense of fairness about it, if that makes sense. Lots of attraction happening here. And then we have Secret Admirer. Clarifying that someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on right now, and then clarifying that we have talking. So this is interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email. So yeah, I feel like, so you meet somebody or you know somebody already, but it's like you're seeing them in a different way. And there ends up being this communication. Yeah, we Page of Swords, nice, a new truth. Right, so you might be dealing with this with an air energy. Okay, you might be dealing with the Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but this is also about this new truth. There's a new cycle of truth here. Really much more connected to who you are and what you want. And we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. I always understand this though to be as a healing like throughout the family. Okay, so this could certainly be, I mean, obviously, the obvious one is if you realize that you've been doing relationships maybe in an unhealthy way because of your first family and things that you learned. You know, those of you who are doing that kind of work on yourself. But this could also be where any sort of issue within your family has become like consistently problematic in your relationships, and there's this idea of healing having to do with that. Then we have clarifying that we have surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Yeah, so this makes a lot of sense as far as you really letting go of any old belief patterns and unhealthy patterning that was most likely established in your earlier your earlier life, what you were exposed to, what you understood to be normal and okay in relationship, maybe is not okay. And if you're resonating with this, having to do with the Celtic cross as well, this could be part of you updating your thought process, right? Because clarifying that, this idea of we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives, we have this idea of not enough, right? Where you're lacking confidence and you end up creating these self-sabotaging situations for yourself where there are fear and ego issues involved, okay? But there's a healing here. I get that this surrender is bringing a lot of healing, and this healing in conjunction with meeting this energy or bringing this energy to a higher level, a different level. Because this is somebody who I feel like is in your energy already, but it's going to be developing into something more. And then we have the Magician, which, love it. This is Mercury energy, so there's going to be a lot of really good communication here. Again, you might be dealing with an air sign, but this is like the ultimate alchemical card. So this is about making something happen and moving forward. There's forward movement here. Really nice. I really like this. So we're going to have like a lot of sexy going on here, which I know anyway, just because of the astrology in that 5th house. It's like what that's all about. But then I get like you guys are talking to somebody. You didn't realize that they felt a certain way for you. There's a lot of attraction. There's some sort of new truth. And there is this healing, right, of things from your past in order for you to be able to move forward in a really nice way and make something really beautiful happen here with this relationship. So Capricorn, I really like this. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like my energy, please like, subscribe, share. You guys know what to do. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you, so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.